Crystal Palace nil, Manchester United nil. Manchester United come back with a point away from Crystal Palace. With lots of chances created at both ends, none were taken. And with one of the best goalkeeping performances given by Henderson and Onana. Let's break down the game and see how it happened. So welcome to Football Pundit, and without any further ado, let's get started. Before we start looking into what happened in the game, here is one of the stats that was really impressive. With Dean Henderson making 7 saves and Onana making 4 saves. All of the saves were more or less crucial. They really had a standout performance for both of their respective teams. Now in terms of the game started pretty well for Manchester United with they dominating most of the ball. They were able to play through the back. They were able to take control in the midfield with Eriksen, Bruno and Mainu taking control of the game in the midfield. They were winning most of the second balls. They were trying to counter when it was needed. They were trying to play through the press that was provided by Crystal Palace. Even though Crystal Palace were not coming up and pressing much further up the pitch because they thought that they will be prone to counter-attack, and Manchester United is really good with counter-attack because they have superb pace with them. But still, Manchester United were able to break through to them and created one of the most crucial chances in the first half. Now this is a chance which lands to Garnacho, and I personally feel he could have done far better. He takes a shot, but Dean Henderson saves it and it gets deflected for a corner. But I think he still had the time to maybe go a bit closer rather than to take the shot from this range. But it was not to be, and he takes a shot from here. It was a brilliant save from Dean Henderson to put the shot wide. But still, I think he could have done a bit better here. Now this is the second chance that came to Manchester United, and it was through a corner, a brilliantly worked corner where it was able to find Dillet. Unmarked, Dillet ran towards the ball, but unfortunately he put the header wide. And this is something that really is interesting about Manchester United these days. They have started to become good at set pieces. It was a long time during the last season and last to last seasons they were not good at set pieces. But with the introduction of Dillet and with the good crosses that are coming in from corners and set pieces, Manchester United do look more comfortable and more strong in the air. This was a chance where I felt like either Garnacho or Bruno should have at least buried it. It was a good chance for them. Garnacho shoots at the goal, but it just touches the crossbar, comes back, and when it comes back, if you see on the right side of the screen, it comes back to Bruno Fernandes, who is in good amount of space, but unfortunately he also shoots it and then it hits the crossbar as well and then goes out for a goal kick. I think they could have maybe tried a bit more composed work here, especially for Bruno. I understand that Garnacho was going to be marked and the ball could have been taken away from him, but for Bruno he still had a lot of time with nobody putting pressure on him, and he could have given a bit more time to think through, or maybe put a pass back to Zerski, who is just entering the D area, and if you could have just taken a bit more time and put the ball to him, it would have been a sure shot goal. Now Manchester United ended the first half dominating most of the ball, creating the best chances of the game. And if you see the stats here, it says like they had 66% of possession with 9 shots, 4 shots on target, and with an XG of 1.5. It was the only thing that was missing for them. It was just to get that ball over the line and to score that crucial goal and break the deadlock for them. But they were dominating the first half. As the second half started, there was a brilliant 1-1 that was done by Zerski for Bruno Fernandes, where he tries to use the shot from outside of his boot. It goes through the goal, but it just doesn't go inside. But it was a good shot from Bruno Fernandes. And the one thing that I really liked about Zerski is, like, I understand maybe Højlund could be a better striker in general, but Zerski, what I have seen in the past 3-4 games is he's a better link-up player. So when it comes to taking control of the ball, finding players, making that 1-1 that he just did with Bruno Fernandes, I think he is really good in these things. I have not seen Højlund connect with the midfield or connect with the wingers for a 1-to-1 or trying to lay off the ball properly. I have not seen that with Højlund. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know in the comment section, guys. But I do think Zerski is more composed when he's on the ball. He can find players better, and link up play, he is better than Højlund. Again, these are my views. You can let me know what are your views in the comment section. Now coming back to this stupid moment from Lisandro Martinez. I really rate this defender. I really like Lisandro Martinez. I really like how he presses the ball, how fierce he is when he's trying to take the ball from players. But this was a really stupid move. Like, he is flying in the air, he is dual footed, and then he is trying to land on the ball with a player just at that moment trying to kick the ball away. He could have easily got a red card for this. And at least 9 out of 10 times you will see a red card given for that. He is lucky to be there on the pitch and just get away with a yellow card. If it would have been maybe any other game or any other time, he could just have been simply set off with a straight red. So, and plus I don't even see the use case of why would you do that. The ball is in Crystal Palace 18-yard box. It is just there. The player is going to kick it. Manchester United will eventually get the ball back and they can regroup and re-attack. But this was really stupid. I'm not able to get my mind to what could have been going and what could have made him do this move. So this was really amazing for me to see, and it is lucky that he got away with a yellow card. It could have been a red easily. Now, there were a couple of chances that could have hurt Manchester United badly. There was a chance in the first half with Eze where he has ample of time and space, but he shoots directly at the keeper. Onana collects it properly. There was a chance in the second half where Eze shoots again, but then again Onana deflects it, and that could have been a goal for sure if Eze would have taken its time and tried to compose himself before taking that shot. And then there was this where Onana makes a double save. He saves the first shot, then again dives to save the second one. It was something amazing to see, and we have seen this happening with Raya in the Champions League match, and it was equally par with that. It was a very good save to keep Manchester United in the game, because if they would have got 1-0 down at that time, Crystal Palace would have just sat back and made sure they end the game leading to a victory. But thanks to Onana for making those crucial saves for Manchester United to keep Manchester United in the game. Now, in terms of the SofaScore rating, I personally feel there was a substitution that was done for Rashford was brought on at 60 minutes, Højlund was brought on, and Ugarte was brought on as well. I don't think any of those three had an impact on the game, as much as I really thought that once you have Rashford in, it could provide the much crucial goal that Manchester United needed, maybe to break the deadlock. But to be honest, Rashford was not able to link up properly, so was Højlund and Ugarte, even though they had a lot of possession, but they didn't create any threatening chances as such that could have maybe led to a goal. There were a lot of crosses that were put in the box, but those were taken care by the Crystal Palace defenders. So in general, I don't think they were much influential in the second half when they were substituted. And for me, I think the best rating should go to the defense and Onana. I think Dalot had an impressive first half and an impressive second half as well. Lisandro Martinez, De Ligt and Mazraoui all were really good in trying to defend properly. There were hardly a couple of chances that Crystal Palace were able to create, and they defended very well. And Onana, with the saves that he made and the double save that kept United, and maybe that was the save that got United come back with a point. Eriksen was good again, with in terms of Mainu and in terms of Amad Diallo and Garnacho, they were not that influential. If I have to say, Garnacho missed a couple of good chances that he should have buried it in the first half. And Bruno Fernandes, he was influential in the game in trying to make sure that the play continues. He was trying to break the deadlocks. Just the final third passing or the final shot that was taken, it was just not happening for Manchester United. In terms of possession and XG, Manchester United ended the game with a 1.64 XG with 5 big chances created, total shots of 15, 4 keeper saves, they had 11 corners, the amount of fouls was 7-12, they had a staggering 638 passes. That gives you the impression on how much Manchester United dominated this game, and to come back with just a point, it might not suit them. They should have taken all the 3 points here, with the tackles of 21 to 15 and a free kicks of 11 to 6. So these are like pretty okay, but I think they really dominated the game and they should have come back with all the 3 points. Now in terms of the SOFA score rating for Diogo Dalot, Andre Onana, Eriksen and Bruno, they were 7.9. For Andre Onana it was 7.6, for Christian Eriksen it was 7.3, and for Bruno it was 7.7. They all had a pretty good game, with Dalot proving very vital in trying to put in the crosses, in trying to make sure that he goes up on the pitch, trying to support Garnacho. So he was doing well. For Andre Onana, he made some crucial saves that really kept United in the game. So I don't know what else to say about Onana. In terms of Christian Eriksen, he was influential as well. And I think the sitting Casemiro on the bench and putting a midfield of Christian Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes and Kobe Mainoo, I think that this gives them lot of control in midfield, which was maybe missing with Casemiro on the pitch. Maybe it gets better when Ugarte starts playing again. Maybe they still have the same level of control. But with Eriksen, it gives them those cutting edge passes. It gives them more control on the midfield. That is for sure. And with Bruno Fernandes, he had a pretty good game as well. He was the one who was trying to click all the United plays in the final third. But it was just that sometimes the final ball or maybe the shoot, it was just not happening for Manchester United. But he was influential in the game. Now let's look at the post-match conference and let's see what Ten Hag has said. So in terms of the post-match conference, Ten Hag says, we should have won in the first half. We left them alive. We should have scored 1 or 2 goals. In the second half was more balanced. We have worked very hard as a team and to be defensively compact. Also on the ball, we want very good structure and control. And I think I do agree with him on these points, where they should have at least buried one of the chances that they created in the first half so that the load could have been shared. But since it was goalless in the first half, it made Crystal Palace come back to the game and try to defend the game throughout the 90 minutes and get away with a point. So I think I do agree with Ten Hag's comments, where they should have ended the game in the first half itself. In terms of Onana, it was asked, then it says, it doesn't matter, we didn't win. It's difficult to come back with a point when you deserve to win. Today our guys did the best, but God did not want the ball to go in the back of the net. God did not want the ball to go back in the net. I'm not sure on this part, but I do agree that they created some really good chances, but I think they should have buried at least one of them. On Ten Hag, again, it's the same thing. We worked hard as a team. It's the same. Let's see if it has said something else. So Oliver says Dean Henderson kept us alive and kept us in the game. I think that I totally agree. Dean Henderson was crucial for Crystal Palace. He really made some brilliant saves. And Eric Ten Hag response for Jimmy Redknapp's bizarre Marcus Rashford rant. You are not okay. Okay, I think this is some clickbait, so I'm not going to click it. But I think this was some clickbait title that would make me click it. So yeah, I think that's then and there for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you feel United should have done better to come away with all the 3 points that was needed? Do you think Højlund is better than Zerski and Højlund should be starting the game coming from the next match? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good day.